I don't hesitate to call our Scout brother, Honorable Stephen. One could hardly reach a higher position in any given country. Honorable Stephen is the Vice President of the Republic of Kenya, Vice President of a country, and also Minister. Despite his very heavy agenda, as you can imagine, Honorable Stephen finds the time to be also the Chief Commissioner of the Kenya Scout Association. He is holding this position not only as a prestige figure, but he is a very active Chief Commissioner. This means that politics can mix, fortunately, with Scouting. And as such, Honorable Stephen has been very highly instrumental in facilitating for Kenya to be the host of the first World Scout Youth event ever held in Africa, the World Scout Moot, which took place just a few weeks ago in Kenya. A World Scout Moot is an event for young people. We were able to bring 1,700 young people from 17 countries in Kenya. Honorable Stephen, this would not have been possible without your personal involvement, that of your government, your financial but also moral support, and I find this a very auspicious occasion on behalf of the World Organization of the Scout Movement and of the World Scout Committee, also represented by Vice Chairman Simon Reid and Member Therese Birmingham, to address you our most sincere thanks for your involvement in World Scouting. Thank you.
What a joy to be in Seoul, where we have come literally to revamp, to revitalize the World Scout Parliamentary Union. May I, on behalf of the Kenyan delegation, thank our hosts for the wonderful hospitality that we have received since our arrival in this beautiful and historic city of Seoul. And allow me to congratulate you, Mr. President, for the very overwhelming election. We were all armed with our cards, green, red, and for another one for abstention. And we are happy that in the spirit of scouting, we didn't have to use those cards, that you received overwhelming endorsement as our incoming president. And we have no doubt that as it has happened in 1991, here in Seoul, is going to be again, and this time there will never be any setbacks, because the world cannot go backwards. Particularly the young ones from all parts of the world expect that the World Scout Parliamentary Union will move with speed, as Secretary General Ban Ki-moon has observed, to ensure that necessary legislation is actually undertaken which will favor the young ones as they grow. Therefore, Mr. President, I'm delighted to be part of this 6th General Assembly of the World Scout Parliamentary Union, whose focus is to ponder and reflect on the role of parliamentarians in supporting the Scout movement and youth in the 21st century. Over the years, the Scout movement has distinguished itself as one of the most universal forums for the convergence of youth and the common agenda that attract the youth to common causes the world over. Most striking about Scouting is that the movement stands above superficial strife stirred by politics, by regionalism, by religion, by race, by language, or cultural differences. Therefore, Scouting is by far the best face of unity of purpose among young people anywhere in the world. For that reason, ladies and gentlemen, it is critical that the resolutions we make during this conference will further enhance the cause of Scouting worldwide by bridging existing gaps between the various national Scout organizations represented here today. Our stated agenda in this forum, therefore, is to ride on the crest of a tried and tested forum to enable young people to close ranks and make the case for a more integrated and harmonious world into the 21st century. My belief, Mr. President, is that the destiny of young people irrespective of where they live in the world, is one. Furthermore, the global village we live in today has clearly identified for us areas of common interest that call for concerted efforts and singularity of focus, no matter what part of the world we may be domiciled in. The challenge of climate change, for instance, will, for example, affect the world youth everywhere. And that is why in Kenya, Kenya Scouts have resolved to plant at least 20 million trees over the next year in order to be able to mitigate this challenge of climate change. The Scouting movement is calling it a gift of peace to the Kenyan people.